Welcome everyone, Dr. Thor here with another fascinating Mind Gym tool, BRAINIAK. Now this is a British game that was made in 1997. These are difficult to find. Yet again, the mind-blowing team game of telepathy with no wrong answers. Great minds think alike, but are you on the same wavelength as your teammates? Without conferring, could your team name 5 identical pizza toppings, 5 identical British seaside resorts, 5 identical television soaps? Then you're ready to take up the challenge of BRAINIAK, the exciting, new, fun-filled family game that's so easy to play and where there's really no wrong answers. It's simple, it's versatile, it's fun. BRAINIAK is easy to play. The rules are simple and you'll be playing within minutes. Great fun for both young and old. But put your thinking caps on and play BRAINIAK. Warning, the game is seriously addictive and could really blow your mind. This is a concept of Alan Holmes, manufactured and licensed by Aaron Games out of the UK. And 1997. It comes with the playing board, which I'm going to show you. Move this die out of the way. 90 question cards, 10 telepathy cards, answer pad, pencils, 60-second timer, 4 playing pieces, die, and playing instructions. So here's basically what's in the kit here in terms of what you get. Now, I'm going to show you real live here, and here's what the game board looks like. And I'm going to show you that live and in person. But it's a cool game. I mean, these are all generally very similar when you get into all these things, when you start using telepathy. So what you're trying to do here is you have these different cards, and as such, you take this completely out of the way and just leave the game board. We're getting the usual reflections that are always annoying. I'm going to minimize this a bit. Here's the board game, which is cool. It's got a nice big die that comes with it. You're supposed to roll this, and then you're supposed to... this indicates which one of the cards, which has 1 to 5 on it. European countries. So basically what you do is you do that and you have a team. Then your team independently would take a second, think, I should say project out. There's ways of doing this properly so you're using more of your psychic powers. But you're supposed to then try and match. So you'd write down different countries on your... You do get a pad. Here's a BRAINIAK pad that you would use to write down. So you'd write down different countries, and then what you're supposed to do is send that to your players. So I would say write down individually. One person writes it down, the other person would try and concentrate on that to see what you're thinking, and then they would write down. You do this through the players. So now you can do this with any number of teammates, and it becomes a fun game. Now, this is, again, one of those typical party games. You write this down. There's ways of doing it. You get your basic instructions here. It's a little bit too quickie writing down. You got a minute, which they give you a timer because I guess people could take forever. Sometimes that's important because you get these pseudo-intellectual people that want to play and take 20 minutes to make up their mind. That's not really a good idea. So... But look at the game board here and do things. You also get 2 pencils. You get a 1-minute timer. You get the dies as showed. Here's the playing pieces, which are kind of cool. See if I can... which basically is a spike through a brain. They're all the same. You get 4 of them. The difference is the actual colors. But those are kind of cool. Here's the board itself. Here's the finish. I think this is the beginning. So you're going around the board answering these things. There's different places that you then roll the dice to do this depending on the answers. I mean, depending on the answers and what the cards tell you, you move ahead. It's all in the instructions. I'm not going to go into it because it's just boring. But there's different squares. Here's a BRAINIAK, meaning you're taking these cards. There's a Telepathy Square. So if you land on that, then you have to do the telepathy experiment. If you get that correct, then you move ahead. You ultimately finish here in the center in the brain. So it's a pretty, I mean, it's well done. It's cool. Here's the telepathy cards, and let's show these. So you're going to, what happens is these are shuffled in a deck. And if you land on there, and of course the instructions give you the actual telepathy images. And here's the instructions, which I'll go through carefully as I usually do, so people who really want to stop the film and read it can. Here is the playing instructions. Not much really to learn here. But there's the front cover. Okay, now we get into the actual playing instructions. And I try and get these clear so those people who really want to figure out how a game works or has a game, but not the instructions. Hope this is clear enough. See if we can do it this way. Does that help at all? We're getting more shadows. And here's so if you're really intent on learning how to use this game, this should help you. Just stop the video,